Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? I am so sorry. I got messed up with the time. I do apologize. And I only figured it out at 10 o'clock when I was wondering where the live button was. So yeah, sorry about that. I hope that, we can make up time. It's going to be a slow and easy session today. Today is our journal prompt session, and the theme is actually very apt. It is, I shall tell you now, it is sway like grass. We're going to sway like grass. It's all about being flexible and fluid and all the things. So that's exactly the connection I made when I realized my mistake with the time. So apologies for that. How are you doing? Hi, Tracy. Hi. Oh, you're so far away. I can't see the writing. Tracy, Diana, hey, welcome, welcome. Yes, unusual times. You kind of like the unusual times. That's cool. Maybe I should make it more less round times, just to be a bit more random. Hey Melody, hey Trisha, hi Evelina, hi Mende, hi Joellen. I'm so glad that you all stuck around and are still able to join. I am going to honor the usual time duration, so we are still going to end at 11:30 EST, so that is just over an hour from now. So it will be a little bit of a shorter session today, but I don't think that that is a bad thing at all, and very much tied into, as I said, the theme of today's doodling, which is swaying like grass. Just imagining smooth and fluid and rhythmic and flexible, going with the flow. Those are the vibes we are generating today. So yeah, I hope that you are excited about that as much as I am. Evelina, nice time, gave me time to grind fresh coffee. Yeah, I'm not going to say that I wasn't ungrateful for the extra little padding that I had as a result. So, you know, there's always a silver lining. So let's get into it straight away. I am just going to grab my cards to shuffle, and following on from last week's, we had so many beautiful gifts from last week's session, the Z session of the alphabet series, and just a hat tip and a nod to Sarah, who at the end of that session mentioned our little device where we do our check-in, and I am going to forever use that. That was checking in with our Zenometer. So I always use the analogy of a weather app, and it has now evolved into the Zenometer. So I'm going to invite you just to check your Zenometer. What is the reading on your Zenometer in this particular moment on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome? Take a nice deep breath in. What is the reading on your Zenometer this morning? And this is our card. I love it. Hey Jenny! And our good doodle squad. Yes, absolutely. And Marion, yay! And Donielle, am I saying that correctly? I hope I am. Hello and good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're checking in with our Zenometer to see how are we feeling right now in this moment on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. Marion says she's a 6. Evelina says she's a 7. Fantastic. Trisha, you're a 4. Okay, my friend, we have lots of vibes to share here this morning, so please do take what you need. And for those of us who are like 5 and up, clearly have lots to give as well, so please do share your good vibes. Minde, you're an 8. Danielle, you're a 7. Joellen, you're an 8.7. Nice. Jenny, you're an 8. Fantastic. I'm gonna say 7.5. I'm a 7.5. So yes, we're in a room of high vibes. We have lots to give, so please do take what you need. These sessions are intended to be a form of active meditation. It is your session to do with as you please. I provide the guidance, prompts, inspiration. I demonstrate what I'm doing, but it's your session. You do what feels right to you. Check in with your own personal creative intuition. Yeah, and keep that Zenometer rating in mind. What can you do for yourself to get that needle going in the right direction for you? So completely individual experience. Jenny, you're an 8, fantastic. See, we've got such great vibes in the room. So we're intending to push that Zenometer reading up, but it is also okay if it just kind of stays static. That's okay. It's just it's a practice of noticing without judgment. So it is what it is. And here's the card that came out this morning. Authenticity. I think that's absolutely lovely. Authenticity. It says, I commit to the daily practice of who I think I'm supposed to be and embracing who I am with vulnerability and integrity. I commit to the daily practice of who I think I'm supposed to be and embracing who I am with vulnerability and integrity. There we go. So keep that as a little extra reminder this morning, and let us start our doodling post-haste. We're going to get into the Zen Zone, which is another little gift from last week's session. If you're new here at all, we have different themes each week. Last week we finished our 26 session series of the alphabet, and next week we start our new sessions. They are called, I created all of the events. I'm just going to, oh darn it, I did not put the events. Yeah, I didn't put the card on. So just hop on over to my teacher profile and then go and to the events page. February's, where are we now? Yes, February. The rest of February's events should be all there. So, and that's going to be the random and relaxing, I'm forgetting the name. It's something along those lines. It's random and relaxing or something like that. Oh my gosh, it is so funny. Mindy says she loves that card. Yay, Tracy. You got you're a 6, you got some sad news. I'm so sorry. Your best friend. Where's my site this morning? Your best friend, I think that my text is smaller on the screen. Your friend is in ICU with, oh, I'm so sorry, with brain aneurysm. They say it's too much damage to her family. We're going to, oh, I'm so sorry, Tracy. That is horrific. Sending you so much love. Please send Tracy and her friend's family some little love, a lot of love. Send. It's free to give. Light those candles. I'm sorry, Tracy. Let's hope that, you can just find a bit of grace and self-compassion this morning, and maybe draw for your friend this morning. Yeah, that's a big and sorrowful event. Gosh, just reminds you how precious life is and how precious our time is. And this right here is precious time as well. You're doing this for you. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to get the journal prompts today. Grab your pens, your pencils, your paper, your journal, your iPad, your whatever it is you're drawing with today. I draw digitally, and it's just a personal choice. So I'd love for you to write down right now on your page, what is your intention? Today I doodle to. Today I doodle to. So that we're very clear about what our intention is. Why are you here today? What does it mean for you? Everybody's here for a different reason. We get something from these sessions, we practice self-care in whatever format that looks like individually. And we do what is relevant to us. It's not a one size fits all. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Tracy. So, checking in. Why are you doodling today? Why are you practicing self-care today? And hold that intention as we go through our drawing. If you feel called to share, please do. Tracy says, today I doodle to take my mind off of the sad news. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Regulating your nervous system is a completely valid reason. So whatever that is for you. And our mindful prompt as we go through today's doodling session is, even the smallest blade of grass knows how to dance. Move with ease and lightness. Let's bring some ease and lightness into our experience, into our everyday. Bringing ease and lightness. Breathe in that ease and lightness. Joellen says, today I doodle to enjoy the present moment. Yes. Evelina, today I doodle to slow down. Too rushed this week. Yes. Melody, today I doodle to restore my self-worth. Amazing. Jenny, ease and lightness. Yes, please. Yeah, let's intend and send and create ease and lightness with our doodle today. Hey, Florgie. Today I doodle to calm down a bit. Fantastic. Amazing. Great intentions. Trisha, today I doodle to rest my heart and mind. Beautiful. Loving these intentions. So we remind, even the smallest blade of grass knows how to dance. Move with ease and lightness. This is going to be a very simple doodle today. Nothing complicated about it at all. Mende says to foster my creativity. Yes. Tapping into that creative energy. And our doodle prompt says, draw. No, I lost it. 1 second. Draw tall blades of grass across the page, curving towards the right. Above or below the first row, repeat the curved blades of grass, but this time, lean the blades towards the left. Keep alternating left and right rows of grass, varying their length or height, and allowing the rows to overlap. So you can hear how this is going to be extremely simplistic. Extremely simplistic, and isn't that just a beautiful invitation for those busy minds to just stop, slow down, don't overthink it, just flow with it, sway with it like grass in a breeze. So we're going to inhale as grass reaches up and exhale as you place your pen at the start of the next blade, tying your lines in with your breath as part of the mindful practice, as part of the nervous system regulation, as part of the practice of self-care. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'll show you the journal prompt page. Let me change over my camera. There we go. So just to give you a visual, I always find it helpful just as a starting point to give you a visual. I particularly like adding a little bit of grassy texture, but very, very simple. And you can do what feels right for you. So grabbing your pens, your pencils, let's start. I'm gonna do a green. Taking a deep breath in as we begin to enter the Zen zone. Warming up your hand, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, and just start. Let your breath guide the blades. Just noticing how you are breathing in this moment. Notice how you are holding the pen. Notice the surface beneath your hand, the textures, the temperature. There's going to be a lot of repetition. Invite your brain to move on over into the back seat as you work on this first row of blades of grass. Show your brain that there's nothing to think about here. We're not requiring any analysis in this moment. It gets to take a break. It gets to put its feet up for the next few minutes while we let our hand, our body, our breath, and our innate creativity take the reins. And we're contemplating the ease, breathing in the ease. This is so easy. It's incredibly easy. If it's not feeling easy, decide to let it be easy. This is not about the outcome. It's about the process. One blade at a time. Simple and easy. Just making marks on the page. Consciously breathing, consciously observing your breath. Noticing how your inhale and your exhale has a rhythmic swaying quality. Perhaps reflecting on the week that has been and how much conscious breathing did you do? How easeful was your week? Were you flexible? Yes, Tracy, take some vibes today. And at your own pace, as you feel your first row of swaying grass might be at a point that you can progress to the next, angle your page so that your hand is still comfortable. And this time we're going to sway in the other direction. You can let it overlap. Linking your lines with your breath. Noticing how different the opposite direction feels. Suspending judgment. Focusing on sensation. Focusing on rhythm. Focusing on ease. Letting it feel light and breezy. Perhaps imagining yourself, or indeed remembering an experience where perhaps you have seen rolling hills of soft and luscious grass, and watching the patterns of the wind breeze and flow through the blades like waves of an ocean. Call to mind either that memory or an imagined memory. And imagine the stillness of that moment as you just simply watching the grass move, watching it sway, watching the rhythms. Almost like a choreographed display. Nature's own choreography. It's easeful, it's beautiful. It just is. There's no right or wrong. perhaps reflecting on whether there were any moments this week where you did dance and sway with any given situation, with the fluidity that the grass demonstrates. Or perhaps reflecting on a situation where you could have been a little bit more flexible, mobile, less rigid. Without judgment. Simply noticing, simply realizing. Tracy says, Happy Galentine's Day. To those who celebrate. Notice as you progress to the next row, the opposite direction. What do you notice about the sensations in your body? What do you notice about the quality of your breathing? Bring your attention constantly back to either your breath or your lines. When you notice that your thoughts have wandered, recognize that you can gently bring your thoughts back, your attention back to your breath and to your page. You have that capability. The ability to notice and the ability to guide. You get to choose to focus on the page and to focus on the breath. What a gift that is. Just like you get to choose where to put a line, how big that line is, how thick that line is. You get to choose where your attention goes. And that attention, that decision about where to place your attention directly informs your experience. So that means that you get to choose the experience. Notice if there's any chatter or running commentary about these simple repetitive lines that you're currently creating. Simply notice. Notice if there's any tension in your body. Scan from the feet up. Move your body. Send breath and awareness to any areas that might be particularly tight, holding tension, or generating any pain. Breathe deeply. Hi, good morning, Yana. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are swaying like grass this morning. We're finding our rhythm. We're creating our rhythm. And we're doing so with ease and lightness. Nothing complicated. Simply lines on a page. Rhythmic, repetitive, and relaxing. And get curious about where could you potentially invite more sway, flexibility, and rhythmic relaxation into your day-to-day. Where this week have you been perhaps a little too rigid? I can think of a few myself. That perhaps our behaviors are reflective of not being mindful, just doing what we've always done. The beauty of reflecting on our own behavior is that we get to change our behavior. We get to grow. We get to evolve. Tracy says her boyfriend is taking her out for Valentine's Day. Beautiful. Letting your lines be easy. Can you notice the change in the way that you're gripping your pen? relative to how you started. Mine's definitely lightened. I can tell by the shades of my lines. My body is relaxing. My mind is relaxing. My breath is relaxing. Letting go. Becoming more light and easeful. More rhythmic. Focusing on the rhythm of the lines. I can hear my pen on the screen, and you might hear your pen or pencil on the page. It's part of the experience. You have to go, Florgie. No worries, my friend. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and a magnificent weekend. Finding your rhythm. Appreciating the simplicity. How often do we overcomplicate things? that as you are slowing down, creating this experience, focusing on ease and lightness, you're helping your body, you're helping your mind, letting it know that we don't have to be in high gear all the time. We can relax. We are safe. We get to feed our creativity. We get to practice self-care. This is good for you. This has a purpose. This has value. And you don't need to justify. You get to go at your own pace. You get to follow your own rhythm. Checking in with your body, noticing how you're feeling. to make it up as you go along. Keeping ease and lightness central to your experience. Feel what it feels like. Notice what it feels like. To experience ease and lightness. And where can you invite more ease and lightness into every day? What does it look like for you? And in what ways can ease and lightness look different in different situations? How can you introduce more ease and lightness into the simple things like making dinner, starting your day, tackling your emails, where can there be more ease and lightness in those kinds of daily activities? Where you're swaying, you're flexible, but you're still grounded, like the blade of a grass. Fully rooted and flexible. Taking away from this drawing exercise that one single simple little line at a time compounds and creates an entire picture. One little line might seem insignificant, considered on its own. But gathered together, they create something significant. Perhaps and come back and add a little bit of detail. Some fun little pieces. And there you go. How are you feeling? Contemplating ease and lightness, taking inspiration from grass swaying in the wind. Joanne, I need to add some leaves to mine. My pick is giving thinning hair. I'm not gonna lie, I felt that about mine as well at a particular point. Not sure why those emojis ended my comment. Okay. So contemplating the theme of our prompt, here's some journal. Oh, we have missed our page. Journal prompts to take with you as you reflect on what came up. Did you allow sway and softness in today's drawing? And where in life can you be more flexible? So did you allow sway and softness? And if not, perhaps get curious about why. And where in your life can you be more flexible? So if you feel called to, or if you feel the need to, take these questions. Let me type them in the chat box. Did you allow sway and I can't see what I've typed. Did you allow sway and softness in your strokes? If not, why? And where? Where in your life can you be more flexible? So there are some journal prompts for you to take with you into your week. And as we bring this session to a close, I would love for you just to close your eyes if it feels comfortable to do. Take a deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of your torso, to the sides of your torso, and to the front and back of your torso. Take a long, deep breath in. And an even slower, longer breath out. A nice 3D breath. One more time. And check in now with your Zenometer. What is your rating in this moment? After contemplating lightness and ease as inspired by swaying grass. What's your Zenometer reading right now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. I'm an 8.5. I got into the Zen zone with drawing those blades of grass. I really enjoyed that. I needed that. How about you? Jo Ellen, you're up to a 9. Wow, amazing. Trisha, you're an 8. Tracy, you're still a 6. Fantastic. Good vibes. Amazing. I hope that you enjoyed the session. I feel like I'm going to enter into the next portion of the day with far more fluidity and flexibility. And I hope that you feel empowered to do that as well. Jo Ellen, the blades of grass allowed for less structure. Sometimes I feel so rigid. So this was a nice change. Absolutely, I'm with you on that, Jo Ellen. I am a stickler for systems and structure. So absolutely, this was a nice tonic for the body, the mind, and the soul. Trisha, this was a lot of fun. You're so welcome. I'm glad that, and you needed it. Oh, good. I'm glad that this served you well. Jenny, I'm glad that you thought that it was lovely. Good. Well, thank you so much for joining. Apologies for the mix-up with the start time. Next week, we will return to normal programming at 10 o'clock EST next Friday. And we will be starting our new random and relaxing doodle session. So if you're interested, please do click on over to my teacher profile on Insight Timer, head to the events tab and register. It should be there already, it should be live, so that you can get the notification for next week's session, and I'm pretty sure I've got the time right. Diana, I've been looking around for your Doodle Generator app. Where can I find it? Send me a message, because I can't send it on this live. They'll remove the link. In fact, I could probably write down the link. Let me just find the link for you, and then I'll write it on the screen, and then you can take it. So let's see here. Oh, come on. One second. My app. Okay. It is. I'm going to write it on my screen. Zen Doodle. There you go. Okay, get your pens ready. There we go, zendoodle.netlify.app. That's where you can get the app. It's a lot of fun, I enjoy it. You're so welcome, Evelina. You're so welcome, Minday. I'm glad you started adding other things to mine to make it a fuller picture. Beautiful, collaging it a bit. I love that. Yay for creative intuition. You do your own thing, absolutely. So that's where you can find the randomizer if you're looking to do some random doodling during the week. I look forward to having you join again next week, Friday. And yeah, I'm really appreciative of you joining here today. Have a wonderful weekend. Take good care of yourself. And I'll see you next week. Thanks.